YouTube? I am back with another video, and as you can tell, man, of course I am in Toro. It's finally nice weather, all that good stuff. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, browse a few videos, all that good stuff, man, because everything 1320 happens here. Everything car related happens here. So car mods, car meets, literally anything cars. But the best thing I can tell you, man, today is a different kind of topic, man. I get this question a lot. I'm pretty sure other ScatPack owners, Hellcat owners get the question a lot as well. And that's, should I buy a new or used ScatPack / Hellcat, right? It's kind of one of the most, controversial topics out right now, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna dive into that, man. I got 3 main reasons why I think what I think. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my opinion out there, and that's you never want to buy a used ScatPack or a Hellcat. And here's why. Let's go. All right, you guys. So again, as you can see, I do believe that you do not want to buy a used ScatPack or Hellcat at this given moment in time, with MOPAR being so popular and things of that nature, right? First thing I want to talk about, man, is new versus used. One of the main reasons I say buy new is literally the warranty will pay for itself, right? If you buy new, you're going to get a 3-year 30,000 mile warranty, basically bumper to bumper, and then you'll get a 5-year 100,000 mile or 50,000 mile, depending on the dealership and what you get. Drivetrain warranty, right? And that literally covers drive shaft, transmission, all that good stuff. And if you know Dodge, Chrysler, whatever you want to call it, these transmissions are not the best. Now, the transmission that is in my car serves its purpose, and I have never heard of a 1320 or a Demon transmission going out, outside of obviously being beaten on at the track, right? But outside of that, the warranty is the biggest thumbs up for me when it comes to buying a new car, right? And I'm gonna kind of give you a few reasons why, right? The price difference between a used and a new ScatPack are not that far off right now. And again, partially because of the popularity of these cars, Dodge is skyrocketing the price, and no matter new or used, they're about $3,000 to $6,000 of a difference, depending on year, make, model, everything that comes with it, that kind of thing, right? And to put it in perspective, my guy CLT Hemi went to the dealership just to see how much he would get for his 2019 ScatPack that has literally under 20,000 miles, that he's had for 2 years, bought brand new, right? And they gave him an okay price, but they were going to turn around and sell it for 38 to 42, right? And you think about, wow, that's a lot for a quote unquote used car, right? Granted, yes, he took care of it, very well, and there's not a lot of miles, but it's still a used car if you think about it at the end of the day. And it's kind of like, wait a minute, a lot of these new ScatPacks are going from anywhere from 39 to 45, right? And somewhere, some places upwards of the 52 range for the wide bodies and things like that. So, for me, when I went looking for a car, it was like I knew I wanted to buy new simply for the fact that warranty I knew would pay for itself no matter what I did to the car. That's what it was for me, right? And I've always bought a used car. This is my first brand new, no miles car that I've ever bought, right? And I was always a believer, used, it's okay, we'll make it work kind of thing. I understand the maintenance of cars. I take, very good care of all my cars. And I did most of the work on a lot of my older cars, just to save that money on the maintenance, right? So that's my biggest and first reason, is that warranty pays for itself. But it kind of leads into my second one, right? You guys see on social media everywhere, all right, how these cars are driven, right? And I'm gonna post a few videos right here and let you guys watch. All right, I'll give you guys 30 seconds or so to watch while I kind of talk over it. But you guys see, man, when people get these cars, they want to drive them just like they see on TV, social media, whatever it may be, right? And I know these guys personally. These are my homeboys, man, and I believe these cars are meant to be driven that way. They're meant to be enjoyed, all of that stuff, right? Just because I don't do it, or you may not see me do it on camera, whatever it may be, these cars are meant to be driven in such a way. That's the point of getting these cars, is to enjoy them, right? Let's be honest, right? So again, man, these guys are some of the best at what they do. But you have to take into consideration, these guys take very good, care of their cars. I'll be totally honest. But you never know when you pull up to a dealership who owned that car before you. And here's my second reason as to why, right? Again, another guy done beat up the car. But the biggest thing is you're inheriting another man's problems, right? And if you're a car guy, you definitely understand where I'm coming from on that, because you could run into a guy who tried to build the Scat or build the Hellcat up, not realize what he was doing, and now you're inheriting some problems you have no idea about, right? And again, if somebody's beating on the car and done all types of burnouts, donuts, that control arm, that sway bar, all the sway bar links, things like that can be weaker, and then you end up having to foot the bill because, again, that warranty's already out on a used car and things of that nature. Well, most used car, I should say, right? So that definitely steered me to the new car range. And now if I ever get a new one or another car, I'm definitely going new, because already my warranty has paid for it. And then of course I've already had an issue with the car with the sway bar links, and they replaced them, took them 2 to 3 days and done, right? Didn't have to pay $1 for the bill. And if you look up how much sway bar links are, and I'll put it right here, all right, I saved a few dollars, right? And of course, time, effort, all that good stuff. So again, my first reason, warranty, all right? Second one, you never know what kind of problems you're inheriting from a used car, especially, again, with how these cars are driven. I see a lot of people in Charlotte going to grab these cars, and literally I think they have the paper tags on them, and next thing you know, they're still tearing them up. And what I mean by tearing them up, just burnouts, donuts, wear and tear on these cars. Again, hear me out. You have to enjoy these cars. That is exactly what they're made for. Fresh out the box, 485 horses to 707, 797 for red eyes. They're literally meant to be enjoyed, right? So hear me out on that, right? And for me, it's one of those things, for my third reason, that it's kind of on the edge for me, right? Again, inheriting somebody's problems, etc. This kind of leads into the third one. When you buy a used car, all right, you are going out on a limb and hoping that the person that had the car before you took care of it, right? So what I mean by that is the simple things, the oil changes, putting good tires on it, putting good gas in it, or the right gas, right? And a Carfax can only go but so far, and you never know if somebody got into an accident and went under the table, etc., got some stuff done, right? It's those things you really have to think about with these cars, because of how much they are driven, how popular they are on the roads, and the production of them, man. Yes, they're a well put together car. Yes, Dodge did an excellent job in making these cars and in revolutionizing kind of the muscle car world for right now, at least in my opinion. But you have to definitely take into consideration a lot of those things, right? And for me, that difference of $3,000 to $6,000 new versus used, I've almost come close to already meeting that $3,000 to $6,000 payment on a repair bill, and it's paid for itself at that point, right? So that's what I believe, man. Of course, new versus used anytime with a ScatPack or a Hellcat. And I know I talked a lot about a ScatPack, but you guys also need to understand, if you have a Hellcat, those blowers like age in dog years. And what I mean by that is, especially for me, I love the sound of the whine, man. So I'd sit here and just hit the gas just enough to hear the whine, because again, I fell in love with the sound. I think they're beautiful cars. But that blower is gonna not last as long as that engine will, as long as people don't understand the maintenance of them. But it 9 times out of 10 will not last as long as the engine will. The engine is an amazing engine. It lasts for a pretty decent amount of time. But again, it just depends on, was it dog thrown and all that kind of good stuff, right? So yeah, those are my 3 main reasons, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you buy new? Would you buy used? And again, this isn't throwing any type of shade to anybody who bought a used car. Like I said, this was my first new car. I bought my RT used, right? Granted, ran into a few problems, and again, this is why I came up with my specific reasons. I inherited some problems where there was one time I was over at Mad Scatter's house. Shout out to him, because he does basically all my work on the car. So I think I spent about $3,000 in 3 days or 2 days while my car was in his driveway, fixing control arms, all kinds of stuff, man. And again, that just comes from wear and tear, beating on it, and things of that nature, right? So I would just rather a Dodge foot that bill versus me, and have that $3,000 to put somewhere else. But to end the video, you guys, man, we got some special things coming up. We have Dallas and the YouTuber call out coming up in April. So I'm gonna be pushing out a lot of content as far as getting ready for not only the races, but the ride, because I'm gonna be vlogging all the way down while I'm there, all the way back, all of that good stuff, man. I got to meet up with Mozzie, TJ392. I'm gonna be down there with Rails and a few other, you know, YouTubers that are outside of North Carolina, etc. From E-Vapors, you know, of course, down to Demonology, Life of Corey will be down there. A lot of big names like Stunner Reese, CJ on 32s. So I'm doing some connecting here and there, man. That's why I haven't been as active on YouTube. I've been trying to connect via other social medias to put in, you know, a name to a face. You know, that way when we get down there, it's, you know, it's a good vibe and things like that, man. But if you don't know, yes, I am racing down there, man. I got Cody, I got ZTRD, I got Rails. And of course, when I get down there, I'm pretty sure Scavenger 1320 and Destroyer 1320 are gonna, we're gonna race, just because we're gonna be one of the probably only 3 or 4 1320s that I know of that are gonna be down there. So we'll definitely have some fun that way. So definitely make sure and, you know, take a look, you know, every time I drop a video, man, because there are gonna be some crazy videos dropping. But other than that, man, thanks for watching, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and let's go.